It's so quiet. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Xana520, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Countdown to when I accidentally say Tears of the Kingdom. In the last episode, we received the Magnesis rune, which allows us to manipulate magnetic objects, i.e. metal. We also defeated a stone talus, and then got our face broken by a blue bokoblin, because apparently they do 3 hearts of damage. And in this episode, we're going to make our way towards that shrine. Unfortunately, this shrine is guarded, and I know this because I've played this game before. We're going to come over here and grab a thing out of here. That wheel is screwing with me. Get ourselves an ancient spring. Let's come up here and get ourselves another ancient spring. And then we're going to meet our sentry. Nope. Anything that points a laser at you is not a fun thing. So this is called a Withered Guardian. Withered Guardians are not as strong as their roaming counterparts, but they are still a right pain in the patut. That eye of theirs will aim at you with a red laser, and when it finally fires, it unleashes the mother of all blasts. However, as long as you are hiding behind something, it can't see you, and therefore can't hit you. Look the other way, you doofus. Thank you. I'm just gonna climb over the wall here, if you don't mind. We're gonna climb up the wall here to Ja Baij Shrine. Activate this. We can skip this now because we've seen this before. And down into the shrine we go. Stamina wheel. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Ja Baij. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Bomb trial! So, another rune. But yeah, the text on there is actually translatable, and I think some of it says, reads like now loading and transferring information and stuff. Remote bomb. A bomb that can be detonated remotely. The force of the blast can be used to damage monsters or destroy objects. They are both round and cube bombs, so use whichever best fits the situation. So we have 2 kinds of bombs. They work kind of like the remote bombs from Minish Cap. So we have our round bombs, which we can pull out and throw. Not over there. They will not go off until we detonate them. Like that. And then we also have the cube bomb. Both the round bomb and the cube bomb have separate... This time I wanted this one. Have separate detonators, so you can, if you want to, have both active at the same time. Just make sure you don't blow yourself up. Got this chest here. Find ourselves a Traveler's Claymore, a basic two-handed sword often wielded by aspiring adventurers. Its immense weight can knock enemies' shields right out of their hands. Interesting. Climb the ladder. Okay. And we're going to want to put one of these down here. Blow that up. Quick. I need to remember that I don't auto-jump in this game. If I want to jump, I have to jump myself. Okay, what do we got going on here? Well, we can see our friend here. We get the introduction of pistons. So we want to get on here. Launch ourselves over here. Grab this. Get some more amber. I do think we need this orb. Excuse me. Steal this real quick. I think we need this for something. So I'm going to bring it over here. Put that there. We're going to get out our round bombs. I drop it in the tube. I guess we don't need the orb. I'll take the orb with me anyway. I'm gonna take the ball with me because I can. I think the ball's literally just there to showcase the piston mechanic. Let me see here. Yeah, I got all the chests already. Also, one thing to note about the monks here. Their hands are always in triangle forms, and they show off the Triforce. Get another Spirit Orb from this monk. May the goddess smile upon you. Goblins, these omnivorous monsters, blah blah blah. And we can use our bombs. Actually, put that away. I want the square one. Our bombs can be used to blow up these rocks. Unfortunately, that right there in the doorway is another Withered Guardian. And I'm not too keen on dealing with him. And I think there's another one on this side as well. Probably that one. Right there. Ow! What the... But... You loser. Give me that. Yeah, boink. Stupid. Give me that club. Give me those horns. I'm gonna pull this down. Nope. Nope. Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna pull this down here so I don't have to deal with the Withered Guardian. So, these chests right here, these EX chests, I believe these contain things from the expansion downloads, the DLCs. We saw one earlier. Yeah, Nintendo Switch shirt. Expansion Pass bonus. A shirt with the Nintendo Switch logo on it. It's a rather rare find, so wear it with pride. Let's warp back over to the other shrine and open that chest too. Because I neglected to do so while I was over there. There's a number of these chests scattered throughout the world. And all of them contain various types of equipment that will become useful in the future. Except the switch shirt. Switch shirt is useless. Ruby. I think the first one always has a switch shirt in it, and then the rest of them are later or... They're, kind of useless. Anyway. We are going to make our way... Nope, 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 nope. Get away from me with your stick. I don't want your pointy stick. There we go. This is a Boko spear. A spear haphazardly carved from a large tree branch. Looks like its original intent was for skewering meat and cooking it, but it does have some combat merit as well. Can't take it with me? I don't want to. I don't want it. Where are these keys? The eyeball. So, anyway. Our next shrine is all the way down here. I wonder if it's possible to get a... Oh, boy. More bozos! I hate these bokoblins. Or the stalkoblins, I should say. I hate them with a burning passion. They're so annoying. I don't even do anything useful. They're not helpful. Ow. Should have done that. Thought I could jump that. You know what? Let's eat some mushrooms. Okay. So the next location we want to go is actually not the shrine, which is up there, but over here. Now here's a fun thing. In Breath of the Wild, there's something called Hero Mode. Hero Mode is a much harder version of the game. Also Sunset Firefly. These fireflies glow gently in the dark. When cooked with monster parts, their compound that causes it to glow results in an elixir that will allow you to move more quietly. So it's a stealth bug. In Hero Mode, there's a number of things that happen. One, the enemies, they'll regenerate their health if they're not constantly if they're not being constantly attacked. They'll regen their health. Another thing, there are special kinds of enemies that are in the air on like hot air balloon type deals. It's basically these floating platforms with Octoroks floating. And there are even harder versions of certain enemies. So, there was something there for a split second and I didn't pick it up. There are enemies... The enemies go in a color order. By the way, this is where we're headed. You have the red ones, and then the blue ones. Then you get black and silver. Also, a mushroom. Mushroom that can grow almost anywhere, but prefers clean ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. So they're a speedy plant. The hero mode adds a new variant called the gold enemies. The gold enemies are even harder, and this coupled with the regenning health makes things a lot harder. Stamina mushroom. A green mushroom that grows near trees in the forest. It's chock full of natural energy. Cook it to release its stamina restoration properties. So, stamina increasing. Food. We need these. Spicy peppers. This pepper is exploding with spice. Cook with it to create dishes that will raise your body temperature and help with you withstand the cold. This is important for something. There's a mini boss enemy called a Lionel. Now, if you've played Tears of the Kingdom, if you played Tears of the Kingdom before Breath of the Wild, what are you doing? But if you played the original Legend of Zelda, or if you've played the Ocarina games, you know what a Lionel is. It's those weird lion-headed centaur creatures. They're in this game. And there is a gold version of them in hero mode that is on the Great Plateau during the tutorial. It is right here. So there's a high likelihood you're going to run into it while going for this shrine. Anyway, the old man's diary. Let's read it. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy warm doublet. Read more. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper. However, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Read more. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I have only my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. However, it seems unlikely that such a miraculous wish will ever be fulfilled. So, as it turns out, we do in fact have the Oh, I didn't know he was sleeping right there. We do in fact have the ingredients to make this meal. Also, pot lid. The lid of a large soup pot. It smells vaguely of poultry broth. Yum. It can take quite a beating before breaking. And another torch. Grab this mushroom. So we need a spicy meat and seafood fry. So what we need to cook together is a Hyrule bass. I think. Yes. Raw meat. And a spicy pepper. And if we cook this together... Spicy meat and seafood fry. Grants low-level cold resistance. A filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. Cool. And now we will sit here till morning. And now the old man isn't here. Where's he at? Maybe that was a mistake. I'm not sure where he is. Wait, can I put on the barrel? I can put on the barrel. Let's not do that. Also, pitchfork. Farmer's pitchfork. A farming tool used to collect hay efficiently. It's light enough to be used by anyone. The 4 prongs are very sharp. That is actually a stronger weapon. Is the old man out here somewhere? Hello? Old man? I do know, however, if we climb on top of the old man's house. Right here. These are the leaves I was talking about. We examine this, and Korok seed. Cool. Ooh, more stamina mushrooms. So let's see. Now he casts a shot. Oh, there he is. He's over there chopping wood. Bird. Bird. Hey, old man. Oh ho, fancy that. So we meet again. What are you doing? I thought this tree here might make for some good firewood. However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want it to is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face where you want the tree to land. So, I see you found my axe. Why not help me out and give it a good few swings? I'm working up quite a sweat here, but these bones could use a break. Sure. Except I do have something for you. Hmm? Okay. Let's pull out the axe. It's a two-handed axe. We just need to make the tree fall that way. And there's a Korok leaf. A single swing of this giant sturdy leaf can create a gust of wind strong enough to blow away light objects. These will sometimes fall off trees as they're chopped down. Wood. A portable bundle of wood. You can use this to make a campfire if you have something to light it. Yes, indeed. I think we are going to need some wood, so let's just chop down some trees, grab an acorn, grab some more wood. We'll follow him back to the house, and we'll give him the food, I think. Oh ho ho! Is he gonna sit down or something? Yes. Yeah, he's gonna sit down. Hmm? Recovering from a bout of hard work takes a while. If you're hungry, I have an empty pot you can use to cook yourself a meal. I cooked something. Wait, is that? That looks just like my signature perfect dish, spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... Well, I suppose that is not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Ah, of course. Hyrule Bass. How could I have forgotten? Well done. Now, please allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm doublet. A warm pullover typically worn by mountain folk. Its sturdy fabric and thick gloves are great at retaining body heat. With that, you will be able to resist the bite of colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without that warm doublet. Yes, indeed. So, we need this, or we need something like this to survive up in the mountains where the last of our, hello? Oh, it's that Korok front. The last of our shrines it's up in the cold. Careful. Come on. Get up there. Okay. Put that away. Carefully walk across the log. That's doom down there. Okay. We're gonna fight with this. Howdy ho. Ow. Don't fall down the hill, please. Okay, we're not doing that. Yoink. No. Gotcha. Me. So you can press A to do a parry with your shield. Do it right, and you can parry just about anything. And I do mean anything. We're going to climb up here, because the shrine is right above us. Well, I don't think we're going to have enough time to actually do the shrine once we get up there. Especially not when we have so little stamina that I have to be careful with how I use it. But anyway, the Warm Doublet. We can actually use the Warm Doublet or something like it to get up into the cold. And there's actually unique dialogue with the old man if you manage to get up to the peak without getting the doublet. Perhaps I should have shown that, but whatever. I'm just gonna climb up here. This area is built for this. So there's plenty of like little ledges that you can cling to. But later areas, you're not going to find these little things. It's all going to be you. Figuring out a path up a mountain. And hoping that you can actually make it. Climb up here. Climb up here. So it looks like this is going to be cold, but it's not, as far as I remember. And temperature is a thing we have to worry about. Come on, up we go. Should be able to make it to the top of this. Man, look at this place. Alright, here we go. Just make a jump for it. Owa Daim Shrine. I believe I know which one this is. I don't remember if this one's particularly long or not. The Stasis trial. No, this one's not long at all. We might be able to have enough time to complete this. Fortunately, we can't skip the rune collecting scene. Gotta wait for that to play out. Liquid technology. Stasis. Stop the flow of time for an object. Stops an object in time while storing its kinetic energy. The stored energy will act upon the object when the flow of time resumes. Making good use of the stored energy can move even the largest of objects. So, we can now freeze time on whatever we want for a short amount of time. And then we can unfreeze the object and can keep some of the pew! Off you go. If we restore the flow of time for an object, we can actually recharge the rune faster. I'm waiting for this ball to drop again. There it is. That should stay put. Now that I've frozen it. We're gonna open this real quick, grab ourselves a traveler shield. Except our inventory's full. Oop. They changed the controls between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So that's why I keep doing weird things. Oh, no, it's gonna keep going. Alright, fair enough. We got this ball here. So just get that out of the way. And come up here, grab our Spirit Orb. I translated all these words once upon a time. I don't know what that says up there. Get our Spirit Orb. May the goddess smile upon you. This one's got his triangle upside down. To represent the empty space in the center of the Triforce. But we are now, with only one to go, we might be able to get up there, and I think that might be a cold area. But we can. If I can find something to smack this with. Hit it enough, and it'll max out. Happy trails! Give me this. Traveler's bow. Inventory is full. What do I... Stop that. Let's just get rid of this. Traveler's bow is better than Boko bow. Is there an EX chest around here? Maybe it's up on that ledge. I don't know. Anyway, next time on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we're going to make our way to the final thing. The final shrine, which is up in the mountains. Till then, though, I will leave you with this view and say, this is Anna520, signing out.